Welcome to your Around the Peninsula. I'm Specialist Tyler Ferris. Selfless service is about looking out for someone other than yourself. Catoosa Private Kyu Bae visits Camp Boniface to honor a sacrifice that showed us a profound example.
Corporal Chang Myung-gi was killed during a firefight that occurred on November 23, 1984, when 30 communist soldiers crossed the military demarcation line. Camp Boniface holds an annual memorial to commemorate his sacrifice.
Corporal Jang and PFC Bae were the first to engage the pursuing KPA soldiers. In doing so, they effectively halted the North Korean advance.
I received the phone call that we had a firefight with the North Koreans and that my brother had died. I couldn't believe it, and I hoped it wasn't true. But I'm proud of his sacrifice for his battle buddies.
An honorary roll call took place to acknowledge his absence.
Corporal Chang. Corporal Chang. Corporal Chang Myung-gi. Sergeant Major, he's no longer with us. Please stand.
It's been 28 years, and we still think about him. My family still feels very sad. We greatly appreciate the military paying respect to his death every year.
Corporal Zhang made the ultimate sacrifice during the firefight and showed the true meaning of selfless service. Catoosa Private Kyu Bae, Joint Security Area, Korea.
Soldiers have guarded the JSA since 1952. USAG Daegu invited Area 4 to dress up and come out to lunch. Army Sergeant Kingston Dillard went to Camp Walker's Evergreen Club to see what's on the menu.
USAG Daegu hoped to satisfy job seekers' appetites for the thing they hunger for the most. Instead of putting forks to plates, they put pens to job applications at the Daegu International Community-Wide Job Fair.
What we're trying to do is get our spouses and our family members to know what opportunities exist in the community. We're doing it in conjunction with the Month of the Military Family, but we recognize that spouse employment and family member employment is a key quality of life issue for our soldiers and their families.
This is another way that USAG Daegu, in conjunction with Army Community Service, supports soldiers, civilians, and families.
It's my desire to see the target audience who are currently in the market for a job to be able to land a job, and whether it be down the road or whether it be a few weeks from now.
Many job seekers walked away satisfied with the knowledge of what employment opportunities are available to them.
I would say that their effort went above and beyond for the most part, because there were so many different employers here. Everyone that came represented their company well. They were well informed. They were able to give you information, whether it was relevant to what you were looking for or not. At least you could find that out. So I would imagine a lot of hard work went into it, and it shows. It paid off.
Nearly 70 employers were represented at the job fair. Army Sergeant Kingston Dillard, Camp Walker, Korea.
Daegu Army Community Service provided job fair coaching to prepare job seekers for the event. If you think PCSing is difficult, try moving a unit with an explosive attitude. Army Sergeant Junius Stone takes us to a big move on Camp Stanley.
A chaplain's invocation called down blessings for the repatching of the 718th Explosive Ordnance Disposal Company as a part of the 2nd Infantry Division. The EOD soldiers are ready for the new challenge, applying their skills to the 1st Armored Brigade Combat Team's mission, supporting the primary ground combat mission for U.S. forces in Korea. As new members of the 1st Armored Brigade Combat Team, the EOD soldiers are ready for the new challenge, applying their skills to the 1st Armored Brigade Combat Team's mission, supporting the primary ground combat mission for U.S. forces in Korea.
Much like anything else in the Army, it's just what we got to do. We're going to keep fighting and keep being the best part of the team that we can be.
Camp Stanley is the new home for the 718th EOD, but wherever they go, EOD technicians can look forward to supporting the Iron Warriors of the 1st Brigade Combat Team with their unique skill set.
I enjoy the challenge, the soldiers that I work with, the missions that we get, the mission set that we have. All those things are kind of play together, and everybody always loves blowing stuff up.
The mission now for the EOD soldiers is getting comfortable in their new home and then getting back to training, ready to fight tonight. Army Sergeant Junius Stone, Camp Casey, Korea.
The 718th EOD Company adds a range of explosive-oriented capabilities to the 2ID and the 1st Armored Brigade Combat Team. It's not easy adjusting to a new environment quickly. Specialist John Barry saw how using Army Community Services, or ACS's programs, can help.
Members of the Yongsan community gather for the Newcomers Orientation, which introduces new service members and their families to Korea.
I think the Newcomers Orientation is very important for the newcomers who just got here, for them to get to know the place and also the culture of Korea.
After a windshield tour of the Yongsan garrison, they go off post to experience a little bit of Korean culture by visiting the National Museum of Korea. Attendees also enjoy Korean dishes at the museum's restaurant. Although this tour is called the Newcomers Orientation, people who've been living in Korea for a while can benefit from it as well.
I really wish I had been able to come on this tour earlier. When I first arrived here, my wife was able to go on the tour, and I had to go to work. Unfortunately, I'm really glad I got to come because I learned some stuff about the post I didn't know about the Japanese jail area, part of the veterinary clinic. I didn't know anything about that, and some other parts of the post. It's very, very nice.
The Newcomers Orientation is part of ACS's relocation program. Specialist John Barry, Yongsan, Korea.
ACS provides newcomers orientation every month. It's said that NCOs are the backbone of the Army. Army Sergeant Sean McGuire takes us to Camp Red Cloud, where a group of non-commissioned officers are taking this charge.
The Sergeant Audie Murphy Club develops, inspires, and motivates the best non-commissioned officers in the U.S. Army.
I know we briefly visited.
According to the president of the Warrior chapter located on Camp Red Cloud, the club is
made up of a great group of non-commissioned officers who are always very passionate and very professional.
You're seeking induction to the most prestigious club in the military.
Today, members discuss procedures for the upcoming board to induct more of the best non-commissioned officers into the club.
We're going to have the formal board. It's going to be here.
First Sergeant Taylor became a member of this prestigious club in 2004 at Fort Sill, Oklahoma. He is proud to be this chapter's president since taking over in October because Sergeant Audie Murphy,
he was the most distinguished non-commissioned officer that there was, in history. So that's what we pride ourselves after, who Sergeant Audie Murphy is.
And members have a similar example right in front of them.
First Sergeant Taylor is a very good NCO. If you have an issue, you can call him day or night, and he'll try his hardest to take care of it.
The deadline for the package, or do you
ever walk by a deficiency, whether that be a simple piece of trash on the ground or a soldier not being trained, and that's kind of what drives me.
Taking care of issues and showing personal concern for the training, development, and welfare of soldiers are just a few things that set the NCOs, like First Sergeant Taylor, apart from the rest. Army Sergeant Sean McGuire, Camp Red Cloud, Korea.
Each month, members of the Warrior Chapter conduct meetings to discuss upcoming events, community involvement, and the Good Neighbor program. Service members holler out when they hear their number called while attending this annual Korean event. Airman James Buehler checks in at the Shilla Hotel to see what the entire ruckus is all about.
Service members stationed in Korea gathered here for the annual Korean American Friendship Association Thanksgiving and year-end party. CAFA is the only Korean organization which exists solely to conduct MWR-type programs for USFK service members.
It's amazing. Korean hospitality is remarkable. I'm on edge because PFC and you got generals 2 tables over. So you kind of on edge, but you realize that this is an event that's more celebratory. So everybody's relaxed, everyone's joking around, everyone's having a good time. So you can just kind of be yourself a little more. You don't have to be at attention. You can eat comfortably and enjoy yourself.
CAFA's development in 1975 provided a way to strengthen the friendship with U.S. Forces personnel and to show appreciation for their contribution to peace and freedom in the Republic of Korea.
We get to interact with the culture, we get to build our alliance, and any opportunity we have to work together with the Korean Forces is always a good thing.
CAFA sponsors this annual event to entertain and reward 300 outstanding, unaccompanied USFK service members. Donations such as cameras and gift certificates were given as door prizes at the end of the night.
I just won some tea, but they were giving out round-trip tickets, so it was amazing. Things like this make my stay in Korea that much better. I mean, I was afraid to have to be stuck in the barracks the whole time I was here this whole year, but functions like this make my stay more memorable.
Senior Airman James Buehler, Seoul, Korea.
This is CAFA's annual holiday event to honor service members. That was your Around the Peninsula for Thursday, December 6th. From all of us at AFN, enjoy your evening.